Hey guys, Sean here, without the hat. um, so, first thing, life lesson for you. Remember this. You're going to want to remember this for the rest of your life and pass it on to your children and everything. Do not mix Metamucil and Pepsi Max. You know the reaction you get from, what is it, Diet Coke and Mentos? It's not that different. It's not quite as big of a reaction, but it's pretty big. Like, if I was a kid, I would put some red food coloring in it and make a volcano. Okay, so it would be a very explosive volcano. Okay, so what else? Okay, the first thing I wanted to really bring up, my mother, she's out of the hospital now. She came back last night. I don't want to go into it too much. She has stage 4 colon cancer. That's what we found out. That means stage 4, there's 5 stages of cancer. There's 0 through 4. 4 is the worst. It has metastasized and moved to her liver. There are some spots on her liver, which means they can't do surgery yet. They're going to start her on chemotherapy, and if the spots go away from her liver, they should be able to remove the cancer from her colon. Or maybe her whole colon, or I don't know. I don't want to go into it too much. That's not the point of this channel. I don't want to talk about it. I've talked enough about it lately. So today was my happy fun appointment with, I'm so out of it right now. I had my evaluation, not a physical, well, sort of, to figure out what I can and can't do physically before starting therapy, I guess you could say. They basically tortured me for 2 hours, and I swear the tests were designed to specifically torture me, the order that they put them in. Because with my back, if I do anything with my arms out in front of me, or bending over, or a combination of those, or anything like that, I get a lot of pain. And it started out with bending over and picking things up, and then they added weight to it, and then I did it again, and then there was picking something up from a middle shelf and putting it up high, that kind of thing, and then they added weight to it, etc. There was pushing things, sort of like using a walker, but not. This little thing that looked like it had spots for weights on the ground, on the bottom of it that touched the ground. It looked like you were playing ring toss at a fair, because that's where they put the weights on. But you push it along the floor, and I don't know. All these things are timing you, and you're supposed to do 25 of most of the tests, not all of them. Most of them, I did not do. There's only one test I actually finished. That was one where I hold a box in front of me and turn 180 degrees to the other direction, basically. Turn around with a box held in front of me. I had to do that 25 times. Turn around and then turn back. That's one. That counts as one. I did that. The only reason I was able to do that, normally I can't do that holding something in front of me. I was holding it against my stomach, and it was made out of wood. And if it had been made out of plastic, I was also pulling really hard on it. If it had been made out of plastic or anything else, I probably would have ripped it in half. I was pulling so hard. So that I was able to finish. Everything else, they had me do that. They had me... This is more like the kind of evaluation they do to see if you can go back to work. Like, they had me assembling little things in different positions, like sitting. Actually, they didn't do sitting. No. Kneeling and standing and bending over and laying down and doing it above my head. And doing it up on a board, up on the wall, screwing stuff in and unscrewing it. This is for people that, like I said, to go back to work so they can see what they can and can't do. But I am so sore. I have taken 2 of my Vicodin, which I usually don't do. I'm not supposed to do. I took 2 of them, and I'm still in a lot of pain. And tomorrow is going to be so much worse. When I got out, my mother and her dog were in the car waiting for me. And when I got out of there, I called her and asked her if she can come pick me up at the door. She said, "Well, if you walk out, you'll see me. I'm right up front. You should see me as soon as you get to the door." I said, "Okay," and I walked a couple steps and was able to see her. And I said, "Okay, you still got to come pick me up," because I couldn't walk. I could barely walk to the car. So basically, it was basically torture. Now, I'm not saying I couldn't do it. Well, obviously I couldn't finish a lot of the tests, but it was bad. It was bad. The lady that was giving me the test was really worried about me a lot of the time. Sorry, I'm a little stoned on my painkillers at the moment, and I'm really tired and really sore, so it's hard for me to think. I seem to always make these videos when I'm either really tired or something else where I'm out of it. You never see me when I'm actually full of energy, which is, granted, not very often, but still, at least once a day. Let me make sure this is still recording here. Have a look at my ceiling. Oh, it's a lovely ceiling, isn't it? The battery's gonna die soon. It is a lovely ceiling, isn't it? So, I had that appointment. It was terrible. Also, the whole time she was in the hospital, I did not keep track of my calories, which I'm going to try to explain to the doctor. I hope he understands, but I know I was well under what I should have been eating, so it's not a big deal. It's not like I ate badly on the days that she was in the hospital, but while she was in there, I was worried so much, I was barely eating. So, what else to talk about? I'm sorry. Once again, I'm bad at doing these videos when I'm out of it, especially. I still haven't done you guys a body shot. And right now, I'm not going to be getting up for a little while because of my back, so I don't think I could yet. I need to sit for a while. Oh, I'm going to be starting therapy. They had this big thing when I first went in that normally someone goes through therapy, then they have this test. And then, if they fail the test or whatever, they go back into more therapy. Well, I didn't have therapy first because I never actually called to schedule it, like I told you guys in my last video. And so they had to call and talk to my doctor. They had to track him down, and it took him a while, and I sat in there forever waiting before I even started anything. And he wanted this done before I started therapy, and that's just not how that place usually does it, so whatever. So they did finally do it, and they tortured me, and then had me do all kinds of crazy stuff. They had me crawl across the floor. They had me all kinds of crazy crap to make me hurt, basically. Had me go up and down stairs. They wanted me to go up and down the staircase 5 times, right? And I kind of figured I might be able to do that if I go really slow. So, it's been a while since I've gone up a staircase that big, actually. I haven't lived anywhere with staircases. So I did 2 the first time, and I couldn't do anymore. And then I did 1 the last time. What they do with these tests is they have you do stuff either until you finish it or until you can't do it anymore, or they stop you. So they do that, and then they have you do it again later to see if anything's better or worse. And of course I was always worse, but man, I think if I had to do that again, like in the near future, like within the next month or so, if I did that again, I think it really felt like something was going to break inside my back, like a